Hello my fellow subscribers, welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to do Reddit post, am I the a-hole, or am I the asshole for stuff, but I'm going to say am I the a-hole because of YouTube reasons. Anyways, we will be reading a post about a father that a mother does not want to be parenting. It is a stepfather who is parenting their children in the wrong way, so let's get into it. I, female of 36 years, lost my late husband a year ago. I am now married to my husband of 2 years, Jason. He loves his stepkids, 9-year-old and 6-year-old, and does a lot of things with them. However, he finally started doing something lately that I find weird and unacceptable. Whenever one of the kids do something wrong, instead of giving them a proper punishment that we both agree on, he'd grab a photo of my late husband and start addressing it, complaining about the kids' behaviors while the kids stand and listen. He then proceeds to tell them their dad is mad at them and disappointed. They did this or that. I'm aware of the psychological impact this type of discipline can have on them. The kids would sometimes feel so guilty they'd start crying, then ask if dad is really disappointed in them because their stepdad told them that I told him to knock it off several times, and last night I blew up on him after I found out he told my daughter that her dad said he'd disown her if she'd do anything wrong again. I told him he was going too far and that it is causing huge damage to the kids and tainting their memory of their deceased father. He was like, this way they'll learn. And if they really love their dad, then they'll behave. I said, listen, the kids love and will always love their dad, and what you're doing is causing them damage to their love and remembrance for their dad. He said I was overreacting, but I argued that I already warned him. He said something about him being a parent too, and that I have to respect his parenting and stop trying to act like the cool parent and step up instead. He then went out for hours and stayed gone for hours. My sister said I'm being unfair to my husband and that he clearly cares about the kids. Otherwise, he wouldn't care about them correcting and never repeating their mistakes. Am I the a-hole for the reaction? Okay, so in my personal opinion, I feel like that's like totally messed up, and the sister and the dad should not really do that, and the sister should not be reporting it. And the mother of the kids is right. You should not bring a deceased person into something. You should say, oh, your mother's very disappointed, and not the deceased father, because the deceased father has nothing to say in this, and honestly, it's just an a-hole move. Basically, I'm giving the sister and the stepfather a 6 out of 10 a-hole, and the mother 2 out of 10 a-hole. Next story. This one's kind of funny. Would I be the a-hole for cooking dinner for my wife? My wife is 32 years old and is a vegan, and she loves telling everyone so. She always tells me to go vegan, really being annoying about it. Whenever I try to make her dinner, she'll stop me and make it herself because she thinks that I'll sneak meat or eggs or some stuff into it. I respect her veganism, and I'd never do that. I really love cooking, but I'm never allowed to use the kitchen anymore because of this. Whenever I ask to make her dinner, she always says it's disrespecting her and calling me an anti-feminist. She used to be such a fun person before she became vegan out of the blue. My wife's birthday is tomorrow, and I was thinking of making her dinner. A completely vegan dinner. I know she doesn't trust me, and it would be disrespectful in her eyes. So, would I be the a-hole if I made her dinner? Tomorrow. I really want her to take a break and enjoy herself. And now these are the edits. I feel like one of them is funny, so let's read the edits. I want to make her favorite food, tofu salad, so it isn't anything random. Edit 2. A bunch of people were asking if I did something to provoke her into not trusting me. I did absolutely nothing. Update. I tried to talk to my wife about getting counseling. At first she didn't answer and then started screaming at me about how I was verbally abusing her. and how I ruined our marriage. She admitted to cheating on me since a few months ago and finding a new man. She says she lost all of her love for me. Well, we're getting divorced now. I guess I wasn't going about veganism or trust issues at all. I am about indefinitely. Thanks for helping me out, Reddit. Okay, I give the wife like 100 a-holes out of that. I give you 0. Because, like, first of all, why would your loyal husband do that? And second, you're not loyal at all. Man. Okay, I'm going to say veganism is good if you want to go on a healthy diet, but please don't, like, say, oh, I'm going to, like, hurt you or do something to you or insult people who aren't going to do it. And if your husband is trying to make you dinner and is trying to actually help and be genuine about things, then can you just at least watch him cook the dinner? Like, honestly. Watch him cook the dinner, and yeah. And there's probably going to be people in my comments saying, what if he put stuff in it before? Well, then, sorry, you're lost. Put cameras in the kitchen. I don't know. Okay, this is going to be the next story. Am I the asshole for telling the teacher to not tell my daughter what to do? I'm going to read the title again, just in case if I turn my microphone off. Am I the a-hole for telling the teacher of my daughter, telling her not what to do? My daughter is 12 years old and came from the school office on Friday, and we had the following conversation. Dad, hey, turns out practice is back on today. I need my helmet. Me, Mom's got the car. Dad, okay, tell Mom. Me, will do. Bye. That was the entire call. Apparently one of her teachers overheard it and then asked her, do you have another sibling? And she said no. And the teacher lectured her, telling her she can't order her parents around that right way. And it was very disrespectful and told her she needed to apologize. My daughter told the teacher she wasn't clear on what she did wrong. The teacher just said she would write her up. So she called and said the teacher was offended by what she overheard. I did not appreciate a stranger trying to micromanage my conversation with my child, because I was on the phone with my daughter. If I had a problem with how she's spoken to me, I would have handled it. It seemed like a weird overstep. I did not want my daughter to have unnecessary problems, though, so said I'd talk to the lady if it would help. The teacher got on the phone with me and insisted my daughter shouldn't learn to talk to adults that way, and she was old enough that I should have taught her to not give orders to adults and parents. Expecting the school to do the parenting are going to be downfall of society, etc. I considered clapping back, but instead I just told the teacher, who I've maybe met twice ever, she is a subject teacher, not advisor or homeroom, that I needed to return to work. She ended up writing my daughter up for disobedience, citing that she told her to apologize and she didn't. My daughter insisted she hasn't done anything wrong and asked understandably why the teacher was listening to the conversation at all. The teacher responded by giving her a Saturday detention. I called the school, who said these matters are at the teacher's discretion. We had a family trip planned to visit my in-laws in a nursing home today, and I wasn't putting all that on hold over this. So I told my daughter she didn't have to go, and she didn't have to listen to this teacher anymore, unless it was directly school or class related, because she had overstepped the boundaries of her authorities. My wife thinks I'm sending the wrong message, but I don't want my daughter learning that just because someone has authority in some context means it's okay for them to go beyond the bounds and control you anyway. That my boss can tell me what to do at work, but they can't weigh in on my personal calls. Feels like my job to my daughter the same boundaries here. Am I the a-hole? Okay, first of all, I don't think this parent is the a-hole. And I honestly don't think the teacher's the a-hole either. She was just, like, worried. But also, she can't really do that. The teacher cannot do that. That's not really that fair. And the parent, I give the parent, like, 1 out of 10 a-holes. But also, I give the teacher the way she responded or something 10 out of, actually, no. I give her 9 out of 10 a-holes. I give her props to the punishment. Okay, the next story is, am I the a-hole for not going to the store at midnight for my wife? Typing this out feels absolutely absurd, but I have to ask. My wife lost her job a week ago. Her boss had been inappropriate, and when she went to the HR, she was suddenly terminated for tardiness. We're going to seek recourse, but we know it will be tough to prove. In light of this, she's been understandably down this week. My wife normally eats healthy. She meals preps for lunch and all that. Last week's though, she DoorDashed us dinner on the nights it was her turn to cook. It's been pizza, burgers, and chicken tenders, and not a vegetable in sight. On the nights I cook, she instead opts for chips and candy. To be honest, I've been a bit worried. I don't know what my wife eats when I'm at work, but I found a lot of fast food wrappers in the trash. I don't want her health to suffer for this. I didn't say anything though, because I get she's feeling awful. 3 days ago, my wife told me she was constipated. I was taken aback, as this isn't the thing we normally share. Before anyone says it's natural, we both chose to keep our functions private. It's just a respect we have for each other. I didn't want to make a big deal of it for the first time, so I told her I was sorry. All evening she kept saying that she had to go to the restroom and couldn't, but I tried to ignore it. 2 days ago, my wife started passing gas around me. We both have been a few slips in our 4 years of marriage, but we usually apologize. These past 2 days weren't that. She'd been very open with her gas, even if in bed with me. I asked my wife to please stop doing that, but she told me that she couldn't because she wasn't able to use the restroom, so I decided to sleep on the couch. And last night, I got home from work to see my wife on the couch with cheese puffs. I asked her how her day was, but she whined that she still couldn't use the restroom. I was getting irritated at this point, so I made myself dinner and took it to our room, where I stayed the rest of the night. A bit after midnight, my wife woke me up. I asked her what was wrong, and she said she needed to use the restroom, but she couldn't. I told her to use the toilet then, but she said she couldn't. But her stomach hurted so bad that she had to go now. She asked me to go to the store and get her some Imnia. I told her I was sleeping, but I'd pick it up on my way home from work tomorrow. She raised her voice and said I had to get it right now. I was pretty miffed at this point. I told my wife that she caused this problem herself, and that if she was still eating all that stuff, then she wouldn't be that constipated. That she could have gone to the store at any time yesterday, or could have waited until she went to the bathroom. She left the bedroom and was slamming cupboards, I assumed to keep me awake. This morning my wife wouldn't talk to me. I texted her asking if she still needed me to get her something on the way home, but she responded, "Am I the jerk for not getting her what she needed?" And basically the husband is concerned about the wife's health. I would give the wife, she can't control her farting, so I'm not going to give her anything for that. But I am going to give the wife, 6 out of 10 buttholes, because, why would you do that? Why would you keep this man awake? I know it was for a cause, but then again, you're eating all that junk food and you did it to yourself. And I'm getting the husband 2 out of 10 in buttholes because he could have dealt with this, but hey, it's fine. It's fine. Okay, so this is going to be the last story that I'm going to do. Am I the jerk for not putting a lock on my door? I had to post this on my TA because my main isn't working. So I am a 15-year-old female, and my dad's girlfriend, well, we call her Stacy, and they have been together for 7 months. She and her 2 other kids just moved in and had 2 10-year-old girls, and I've always had my space to myself. So basically lately, all my stuff has been gone. Missing makeup, clothes, pictures, laptops, and hair stuff. This annoys me so much. I wanted to end up finding it in I ended up finding it in the kids' room, almost always destroyed. I am talking makeup palettes and water. My school laptop has a line going across it now. They broke the straps to my book bag and a lot of my clothes are ruined and ripped. I first brought this up to Dad and told him to either talk to the kids or Stacy. He says he didn't, but nothing had changed. Sorry, I keep stuttering on my words. So I brought it up to Stacy myself. I politely asked her to keep her children out of my room when I'm away because I've been noticing that they go into my room and screw up all my belongings. She laughed and said, "Oh, honey, they're just kids and they just want your attention so you could play with them." I told her that they're ruining my things and it isn't a way to get my attention and to please tell her kids to respect my stuff. She brushed it off, saying she would talk to them, but never did as their same habit continues. I've been saving up a lot of money so I can buy a new phone for myself. I got it a week ago. Well, when I went out with my dad to go pick it up, I came back to see my phone lifting from the borders of my phone. I was so angry I spent more time saving up for a new phone than Stacy had ever known my father. I went over to my dad crying, showing him the new phone. He said that he would just buy me a new one, but I said that it's not even the point. They won't stop. I paid money for these things and they just destroy it all, and I want my stuff to be respected. He said that he would buy a new phone and try to monitor the kids more when I'm away. Well, I didn't think that would be enough, seeing as what they've already been able to do so. I went out and bought a lock for my door. Then Stacy came and demanding that I remove the lock. She said, "Oh, my kids just want to feel closer to you. It's not their fault, so take the lock off." I said no, that I already brought it up, this reoccurring issue to you, and you failed to do anything about it. So I brought it upon myself to fix it. So from now on, the lock will stay on where it is, since you can't keep your kids under control. She was pissed and acted as if I shouldn't keep her locked out of my room. I said that I was sure why she thought it was okay to go in my room in the first place. Well, now she's causing issues with my dad and telling him I need to take it off, and he's starting to get frustrated. The kids are harassing me and taking the lock off, and Stacy is making rude comments at me and won't stop causing an issue over this. Am I the a-hole for putting a lock on my door because of kids causing a disturbance? Okay, first of all, Stacy, girl, what are you doing? And also the girl that put the lock on her door, I totally agree with her. Like, if kids are breaking your stuff, which you paid for, then either the mom of the children can pay, you can make the children clean the room, or put a lock on the door. I suggest putting a lock on the door. And, what was the excuse of, oh, they just want to know you better and get your attention? Girl, she's making mental gymnastics right now. First of all, so basically, if this was reversed and the girl was taking stuff from the children, you would not like that, okay? She would not like that. So, yeah, and I know they're just kids, but still, I mean, they should have the common decency to, like, not touch your stuff. And, Stacy is stupid. And anyway, the next story. If I said this is the last story, this is not the last story. I want this to get to the 20-minute mark, so we're gonna go fast on this one. I am a 22 male. I share an apartment with my best friend Mike and Mike's girlfriend Daisy. We have only 2 rooms. Daisy is a heavy lady and she prefers the term big boned. She also has sleep apnea. For these reasons, Daisy has her own bedroom. Mike and I share a bedroom. I have been dating my girlfriend, Shandy, for 4 months now. She was over at our place watching a movie with us last night and decided to spend the night. Shandy knows about our sleeping arrangements and doesn't have a problem with it, but she assumes that she'd sleep in my bed with me when she stayed over. I don't blame her for assuming this because this is the first time she spent the night, but there's only space for 1 double bed in me and Mike's room, and he and I share it together. Mike has a has a bad back and is too tall to sleep on the couch in the living room. And it would be rude for me to ask him to give up his part of the bed for our guest. I'd sleep on the couch and let Shandy take part of the bed. But I don't think Mike would be comfortable with that, so I offered to. Sorry, he didn't offer to. I told my girlfriend that she could sleep on the couch, and I'd bring her a pillow and blanket. She asked me if she could just sleep with me, but I explained to her why she couldn't. My girlfriend seemed totally fine with this, and we all went to bed normally. However, she left quickly this morning, and when I called and asked if anything was all right, she said she was a little disappointed we couldn't sleep together, and was upset that I chose Mike over her. This made me feel bad because my intention was never to upset her, so I was wondering if I am the jerk for not finding a way to allow Sandy to sleep with me. Honestly, if you had less space, then, you had to do what you had to do, honestly. And it's kind of, I guess, he was just trying to be polite in this situation, so I give you 0 out of 10 buttholes and 1 out of 10 buttholes for the girlfriend, because, you shouldn't really do that. If he has to just sleep on the couch, then do it. She did, but, yeah. Is probably where I'm ending off the video. Okay, I hope to see you guys later. Make sure to like, subscribe if you love the content, and I decided I'm gonna be a commentator or like Reddit poster. I don't know yet. Anyways, every obstacle you face you can overcome. I love you guys. Soon. Stupid outro, but see you guys soon. See you guys later, and I hope you all have a great day. Okay, goodbye.